best fighters in the history of the United Kingdom, and certainly King Ryan Garcia, one of the brightest stars in all of boxing. This Southern California native is must-see TV.
This is going to be an intense stare-off before the fight starts.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, a boxing sensation from Scotland, a hard-hitting, undisputed 140-pound champion of the world, Josh the Tartan Tornado Taylor. Fighting out of the blue corner from Victorville, California, here is the exciting boxing sensation.
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
Which fans are going to be happy? Which fans are going to be sad? I don't know, but it's the argument I love.
What a great venue, and what a great matchup. Cannot wait for this one. And there's the bell to start the round. Not so rigid anymore with the stance. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Perhaps the hottest ticket in town for this fight tonight.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
You'd like to see more jabs. Gonna shake out the arms and legs and move around a little bit. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here.
A very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're gonna punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter.
They ring the bell, and here we go. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, every twitch.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Both men step back for just a moment. The perfect counter lands. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. So much for defensive abilities. Oh, and that changes everything. And down they go. Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch it over and over again.
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
The hand speed in these lighter divisions is always so impressive, but if you can sneak in a power shot every once in a while and sit down on a punch, that's where you separate yourself. Nice counter shot. Nice counter shot. They have no respect for each other's punching power. Gonna try and relax a little bit now. Fight a little differently. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments. His stamina is off the charts.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, someone can take you out with a simple jab. It can be intimidating, just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Don't worry about it. Mind on your job.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. There's a counter shot. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
Dominance, without a doubt, made looks.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. You'd like to see more jabs. Well, Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
Oh my goodness, that little Yorkshire Terriers, they're never going to give up.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. The courage on display here is incredible. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
And there's the bell to start the round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Because they're so big, because they can punch, because they've got the weight behind them, they may be connecting, but trust me, when they connect, that's when this fight sets on fire, because someone's going to get hurt and someone's got to react.
Insane action! When are we going to see a jab from these two? Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it. Well, Johnny, it's still early on, but what do you think about what we're seeing so far?
You've got a couple of big units here, so I'm expecting power. You're going to have excitement. You're going to have drama, because when these guys slow down, that's when the punches are going to land.
Swinging big and missing big with that hook. He threw the hook, didn't land. What a punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round, complete dominance.
As long as
You are the sweetest thing.
You can tell both of these fighters are exuding confidence as they touch gloves. And here we go. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
the pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Up first, Josh Taylor. He weighs in at 140 pounds, 5'8" tall, with a reach of about 69.5 inches. And the man he'll be facing, King Ryan Garcia, weighed in at a perfect 135 pounds for this lightweight contest. He's introducing Josh the Tartan Tornado Taylor, one of the most aggressive, in-your-face fighters in the world. King Ryan Garcia, one of the most famous boxers the world over, the fastest hands in the game. They call him Flash.
Look at this. These fighters are so up for it. Look at that.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, a boxing sensation from Scotland, a hard-hitting, undisputed 140-pound champion of the world, Josh the Tartan Tornado Taylor. Fighting out of the blue corner from Victorville, California, here is the exciting boxing sensation, King Ryan.
Expectations are sky high for this fight. Will it live up to the hype? We're about to find out.
Words are cheap. It's the action that says it all.
And there's the bell to start the round. Both men step back for just a moment. Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, two punches better. These two have been going at it on social media, and now finally, they're about to go at it in the ring.
This is not just hype. We are in for something special tonight. What an arena, what an atmosphere, what a build-up.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dares do anything out of turn.
And he just misses with that jab. Nice counter. Oh, and it's flashing lights for the flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they get into trouble, and that's what he's done right here.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the
very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
They ring the bell, and here we go. Coming off a great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punch. And they're down. It looks like this one's going to be over. Let's see that again.
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So he's back up, but at some point, Johnny, he's got to live to fight another day, doesn't he?
Gotta look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner, somehow get to the end of the round.
Nice counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
To beat a counterpuncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. It looks like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. You've got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Defense is not an option for these two. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
If you're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching you every move, every switch.
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
This is a high-octane battle. That counter punch caught him clean. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This may do it. It's all coming to an end. That was the moment. And at some point, the corner needs to decide we have to protect our fighters. And there it is. The knockdown punch we knew was coming. I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, four, five, six.
Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
I love the response though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
The hand speed in these lighter divisions is always so impressive, but if you can sneak in a power shot every once in a while and sit down on a punch, that's where you separate yourself. When are we going to see a jab from these two? That uppercut does not score. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skillful.
All hands on deck. We are witnessing an upset in the making. What a massive upset this would be. Takes a deep breath, but right back into the line of fire he goes.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it.
Oh, and they got rocked. What a moment this is. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter. And the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
They ring the bell, and here we go. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you can hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
The courage on display here is incredible. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Perfect punch. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
I've seen some fighters with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
And there's the bell to start the round. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You don't want to trade shots. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
Todd, we know one of these fighters can knock you out with a simple jab. They're that powerful.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
What a nightmare scenario! Where was the defense? Stumbling around on Bambi legs. And they're down just when you thought it couldn't get any worse. And in this replay, you can see it. That body punch folded him like a lawn chair.
I've got to see that again.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Gotta let your... Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
And there's the bell to start the round. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give your...
You're always looking for that KO, and we could see an upset right here. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
That counter punch caught him clean. You'd like to see more jabs. Hey, it's the featherweight division. You're going to see a lot of speed in this fight.
Oh my goodness, so that little Yorkshire Terriers, they're never going to give up.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
A very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Nice counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A perfect counter shot. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Nice counter punch right up the middle. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Taylor in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Unfortunately, this fighter not going to get more time to heal up and get a breather. Right back into the action. They ring the...